Hello, my friends. Welcome to Hollywood Kitchen. I have a nice recipe for you. This is the first chef that I ever subscribed to. Is Chef Angus. He's got an amazing recipe that I really enjoy, and I'm going to share with you. There's chicken thighs, asparagus, and potatoes cooked in the oven, roasted at the same time. It's incredible. So what I have here is chicken thighs, and what we do is we have to dry them, hand dry them. I have my gloves on because I'm working with chicken, so how it is. So you hand dry them because this is the best way to make it crispy, because the water is the worst enemy when you're trying to crisp the chicken. So I have them room temperature now, and brown, really nice. Love. Then I'm going to add drizzles of olive oil. And you're going to work that in really well. Soak it inside. After we prepare the chicken, I want to show you how to make the sauce. Okay, my friends, I just want to mention at the same time that I'm making this recipe for you, I'm making another video at the same time with Aki's Kitchen. And I'm preparing chickpeas, Greek style, with the Greek flavor. So what I have now, I grabbed the tray from the oven. I put heavy duty aluminum foil, and that way it will be better for the cleanup. And then I have this wrap that comes right with it. So when I place my chicken thighs, the grease will drip through, and then it'll cook much better. This will save some time. Okay, I have a new pair of gloves again. Now I transfer the chicken into a bowl to add the ingredients. I always put a kitchen towel underneath every cutting board or any item that I'm using so it will not slide. It helps a lot. So the first thing I'm going to add is 2 teaspoons of onion powder to the chicken. 3 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Spread it around like really nice. And then 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Teaspoon of black pepper, and you're going to add 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Then you're going to mix it all up. That way it'll absorb all these wonderful flavors. When you bake it, you can have a wonderful tasting chicken thigh. I love this recipe when I saw it first. I said one day I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it for my viewers so they can enjoy it. Now I'm ready to place chicken thighs on top of the tray. You see how this is bone left? the length of the bones, like from here to here. This is what I'm going to place down with the skin up, and then make sure you spread the skin evenly so it'll cook very nicely. And you do the same operation. So when they cook, they'll be nice and crusty. You cover it up, see they get the skin. Cover it up and line them really nice. And this will help it cook very, very good. That way when you cook them, you keep them apart so you can give them enough space for cooking. That way they won't be so close together. You have to give it a little space. I'll have like an extra one here. I'll try to fit it in somehow. I'll put it in sideways. And this is ready to go in the oven. Okay, now that we have the chicken set up, we are going to add some more Italian seasoning. This will enhance the flavor and it'll be incredible. Just make sure it has enough. And this will be really crispy. You have to separate it because that way it'll be evenly separated for crispiness all around. Now after you put the Italian spice on, you have to tap it into the skin to make sure that it absorbs it, because you don't want any loose flakes or any seasoning on top of the skin loose. You want it to absorb that flavor into the skin. You just tap it evenly. So now I am ready to place this beautiful chicken thighs inside the oven, 400 degrees, for about 20 minutes, and then I'll prepare the potatoes. I'll place it on the top rack. Okay, while the chicken is cooking 400 degrees for 20 minutes, I have my potatoes here ready, and I'll wash them. I'm going to cut them the lengthwise into half, and then I'm gonna spray some pan on the tray because I don't have a cooking sheet, so I'll just spray this on. I'll place them facing up so it become really crunchy. Some like so. Okay, now I have my asparagus lined up, and what I am going to do is cut this white part off so it'll all be green, and that's what I am going to do. I have 2 bags that I'm going to cook, and I'll place them on this tray in the oven, in the middle of the oven, and at the bottom I'm going to place the potatoes. Cutting up all the white parts. You want it to be nice and green. Okay, now that I have my potatoes cut up, I have all my asparagus lined up. So I'm going to drizzle it with olive oil. And I'm going to make sure it's covered from head to toe. It'll be cooked really nicely. All the top, the bottom. So when I put it in the oven, it'll be nice and cooked. I love asparagus. This is going to go in the middle of the oven. Okay, so now that I have the olive oil here, I am going to add more the seasoning, Italian seasoning, to make sure it absorbs all the great flavors. try to rub it all in here. And then after this, we are going to add some pecorino romano. You could add Parmesan cheese if you wanted, but I happen to have the pecorino romano, which is our great cheese from Lydia's Kitchen. She uses that a lot on her pasta. She's one of my favorite chefs also. Okay, I have the pecorino romano cheese, which is excellent. I'm going to grate it on top of these asparagus very lightly. And this will give it extra flavor when it goes in the oven. I love this cheese. It's amazing. I'm ready to take the chicken out to turn them around because it's been 20 minutes. They're delicious. And I'll take my tongs. With the tongs, I will turn them around so all this juice will help the chicken cook. And that way all the grease will drip. This is a low-calorie dinner, by the way. Just amazing. So I'm going to stick this back in the oven, and then I'll stick the asparagus for the next 20 minutes. Okay, I have the potatoes cut in half. I put it in a bowl. Now I'm going to drizzle it with olive oil, and I'm going to put in the same ingredient, Italian seasoning, so it could catch that wonderful flavor. And when it goes in the oven, it will grab that amazing taste. Now with the oil, when I place it on the pan, I don't need to put oil on the pan because this has already olive oil included. And then I'll stick it in the pan together with the asparagus. I am going to place the chicken back in the oven for the next 20 minutes together with the asparagus and the potatoes. Now that I have seasoned the potatoes, I'm going to place them in the pan facing up so it will cook evenly and become nice and crunchy on top. You don't need to add oil because we already got it at the beginning. And I'll place this in the oven together with the asparagus. I'm ready to add the asparagus in the middle rack and the potatoes on the bottom for the next 20 minutes. Oh, it smells so delicious. So while everything is cooking inside the oven, I am going to prepare the honey mustard sauce, which is 3 types of mustard. I have 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, spicy brown, 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard, I'm going to squeeze a lemon, a little bit of lemon. I took the seeds out. Then I have some truffle salt. I'm going to put a little bit of that. Some apple cider. Some honey. Tablespoon of honey. I have some minced garlic. And I have the chives. Then I'm going to mix it all up, and this is going to create a wonderful, wonderful sauce. Smells delicious. See? Now for the taste. Delicious. It's time to take the chicken out of the oven. So we can turn it around. And we also have to take out the asparagus. Now we're going to leave the potatoes in so they could get extra crispy. We are ready to turn around the chicken, so we're going to leave the potatoes here, and I'm going to turn off the temperature to 450 degrees. Now we're going to turn the chicken over again with the skin side up for extra crispiness. We're going to put it back in the oven, 450 degrees, to cook together with the potatoes. We're going to add some more of that extra herb, the same we used before, Italian seasoning, to put it back in the oven, 450 degrees for that extra crunchiness, together with the potatoes. So now after 10 or 15 minutes of putting the chicken in the oven, I'm going to take it out. It's extra crispy. And I'm also going to take out the potatoes. Now I have arranged everything on the counter so you can see how it came out. Chicken is extra crispy. Potatoes are well done. Asparagus are fabulous. And I'm going to set up the plate for you so you can see the presentation. So for the presentation of this plate, I'm going to smear a little bit of sauce on the plate. Then we're going to add some asparagus at the edge. We're going to add the potatoes. Now to finish this plate, we're going to pick the best looking chicken and we're going to place it right on top. And we're going to garnish it with chives. A little bit of chives. And we're going to zest some lemon. There you have it, folks. A beautiful meal for you to enjoy with your family and friends. This is Chef Garcia from Hollywood, giving you new recipes and new flavors for your taste buds.